Afternoon, ladies. Well, it's that time, the final part. To me, the hardest part. I hate doing this bit, so bear with me while I fiddle about. So, for those of you that have hinges, let me just move that back a bit. We are now going to attempt to hang those hinges, or mount those hinges and hang the door. So I did go a little bit wrong on my last one, and the top is slightly out, but what you need to do is you want a 12 by 12 piece of 2mm chipboard. Okay, take the door off, place the chipboard up in line with this edge where you're going to be putting your hinges on. If you're not putting hinges on and you want to use ribbon or something, you just need to mark where you want your holes and make your holes. Now, last time I did this, I used my pokey tool thing, but it was quite hard because the chipboard is really thick. So I am going to try and attempt to use my crocodile. I think it's okay on the chipboard door, but if I can get that in the gap, I'm going to use this because it takes ages with that pokey thing. So we need to leave a bit of a gap, and what you also need to do is line this piece of chipboard up with this edge, so it's just sitting on that edge and not falling through the gap. You don't want it right along the outside edge, you want it lined up with the inside edge, because you need to leave a bit of a gap. And what am I doing? This way. Get it the right way now. Okay, so when you put your piece of chipboard on, it should just sit in there nicely. Should. And you want it so it leaves a little gap along that edge. Then you're going to put your door on. Now, I don't know if you can see, but my door is a little bit out of shape, where it's not quite flat, just where I didn't weigh it down enough when it dried. So bear that in mind if your doors are like that as well. What you need to do now is line that edge of the door up with the piece of chipboard that you put in there. I just need to stand up for this. Make sure it's all lined up nicely, that you've got an even gap at the top and bottom of the door so the door doesn't rub when it opens. I need to move that over a little bit, move that back a little bit. Okay, so that will give you enough of a gap. Okay, again, make sure you've got an even top and bottom. That's it. Now, what I am going to say is, if you are using these Tim Holtz hinges, when you attach it this side, it's going to come really, really close to that edge there, and you don't want to rip it so that your nut and bolt doesn't stay in. Okay, so be really, really careful when you're putting these holes in, because they are very close to the edge. So you need to get it straight in there. Okay, then mark where you want, or put your hinges on where you want them. make sure they're sort of like that. And then this bit in the middle here, this bit along here, you need to sort of make sure that's lined up with the gap. Okay, let me just pick that up and show you. So when it's on, it will look something like that. Okay, so then what I did is I just literally marked it. You can use a pencil or a pen, but I just found it easier. Now if you look along those edges, it is so close that you have to be really careful. Okay, and then do the same with the top. So you've got your marks there. Same with the other end. So about there. Again, mark where you're having them. Oh. Don't move it like I just did. Okay, so that will give you your points to mark or to make your holes. So I'm just going to turn this over and see if I can get my crocodile in there. Might be a bit of a squeeze. I don't think that's going to go. I don't want to ruin it, so one last try. I've got it on, but I can't see the hole now. The mark. I'd be very careful when you're doing this because I am marking the box, and we really don't want to be marking the box or pulling any of the paper off or anything. So there, definitely there. Okay, here goes nothing. Please work. Oh, did it. I did it. I've got a hole. You can see it. Probably can't, but I've got a tiny little hole there. And that is just the right size. Ooh. If I can put it in the right way. Come on, Mandy. Get yourself together, girl. And that will sit in there like that. And then all you've got to do is put a bit of black marker on the thing, like I have. So it's not so silvery and shiny, and I don't know if you can see that. And then you just put your bolt on the back and bolt that bit on. So let's see if I can do the second hole now. I'm going to make sure this, don't do this ladies, wait until I've finished, just to make sure I get it right and that the door hangs properly. Oh, it's a bit scary doing this. Oh, I think about there should do it. That's it. Now I've gone a bit wonky there. So that might make, see, that's what I mean. When, if you do something silly like that, like I just done, then the door won't hang properly. So what's that? Which side is that? That's the top. So I'm going to try and do the holes in this as well. Get the chipboard out. So I can see. Top, wasn't it? It's easier to do with the door because you can move the door around. Again, it's a bit of a tight fit. Just make sure you get it in the right place. See? Now I know this is going to hang wonky now, so just be careful when you're doing yours. So I needed my pokey tool. Where's that gone? Okay. And the same with the other side. Line it up. Make sure it's lined up with the other one. And punch a hole. Okay, so as you can see, they are right near the edge on the inside as well, so you just have to be really careful that you don't actually go through the edge. Okay, so let me just put that on and show you that one, then you know what to do for the bottom one. There's my nuts and bolts. So put the outside on first. Don't know where my little bolt is. Here he is. I hope this works. The other door's alright, it closes, but it's just a bit wonky, and I know it's wonky. Ow. I can't do fiddly little things like this, it drives me mad. My fingers are too fat. You can actually put washers on the inside as well. You can make yourself up some little chipboard washers or something just to save the side of the cabinet. And the next one, get it lined out. This is the one I put on a bit wonky, but should be able to sort itself out. You will still need the nuts and bolts on the inside, but it gives it so much more strength than them brads did, so I'll tighten that later. I need a screwdriver that I didn't bring with me. And then that will sit on there, like that, somehow, some way. Oh, so put the screw in on the door. And there should be a nice gap so that it opens properly. in theory. Right, I need to straighten that out to get the door on. In a sec. This is so fiddly, this bit. I don't do fiddly. I'd rather build the whole cabinet and someone else put the door on for me. Ah. F word, F word, F word. Put the door down, that would be easier. I need my screwdriver really. Or should I say Sam's screwdriver that I always nick. Okay, that's that one. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. Turn it round a bit. And now put that one in, like that. Get another bolt. Again, I'm going to see if these hinges work properly because they were a bit stiff. If not, I'm going to take them off again and take them back. That's it. Yeah, it needs to tighten it up. So if you can see, you get a little... Oh, poo! I've broke one of my door feet off. See, I'm a clumsy cow. I can't do anything nice and fiddly because I'm just too heavy-handed. So, and that's it. So, when it opens up, you will have a gap down there. But that just makes sure the door sits properly. Okay, and you do... I need to tighten it up and you won't get such a thing. So that's it. That's what you're going to do, and you're going to do exactly the same for down there. Again, if you haven't got a crocodile, get your old pokey tool out, but make sure you put something underneath when you're making the holes. Okay, the door's not too bad. The cabinet's a bit of a pain because you have to have it up on its side to be able to get to it properly. So just make sure you put something under there, a bit of wood or anything, just to keep, so you're not, when you push down, you're not pushing the cabinet out of shape. Yeah, do you get me? Do you get me, people? So, and that's it. I can't believe it's the end of the Timmy cabinet. I'm feeling a bit sad. It's been so lovely. I hope you've all enjoyed doing this with me, and what I think is the most exciting bit is seeing what you lot have done with your cabinets. I cannot honestly wait until I see what you've done. I'm really looking forward to it. So well done everybody, and thanks for joining in. Speak to you soon. Bye bye. Just thought I'd show you my finished cabinet. I glued my doorknob back on, and with one of the feet that I pulled off, I used hot glue this time instead of glossy accents. And there is a bit more of a gap at the top and the bottom because my door is a bit warped, so I need to get that flattened out. But that's the hinges. Can you see just where it's warped there? So that will close up once I've got that off and done it. But I just wanted to show you. That's it. All done. It's closed. And there you have the Timmy cabinet Mark II, all done. So I am going to give it a coat of Mod Podge because I scratched it in a few places. I'm going to give it some paint, another coat of paint where it needs it, and then I'm going to put my stickles in. So hang around, and I'm going to put some photos up of both cabinets afterwards. Again, thanks for joining in, everyone, and thanks for watching my videos. Take care. Bye.